What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I hate Billy. I cannot stand this damn dungeon that they just recently introduced to us. This Cherry Blossom Festival Billy. This dude is a whole lot harder than what I initially anticipated. I don't know why Netmarble would make a character so damn hard. I mean, and I did make a mistake in the last video. I said there were no rubies in this. You do get 300 rubies from doing this, right? And you have to score 36 million points. Well, you think that wouldn't be that difficult, but I got to tell you guys, it's actually pretty damn hard. You see the team that I have there? I'm going to be highlighting Athena because I don't think Athena's really been getting much love at all. It's all about Mai pretty much, and I do have Mai on the team because I got to show Maisie. But Athena really is an amazing character. She doesn't have the damage of Mai, but her survivability and her PV potential is just really freaking nuts, right? Plus her leadership with the increased power charge rate to purple fighters and the increased attack by 45% is massive. But before we jump into old Billy here, I do want to correct myself on something I said about Kim Capwan. I actually thought originally that this third skill actually reset all of the cooldowns, the first, the second, and the third skill, because it says 50% chance to reset cooldowns, which is plural. That's plural, which means many, right? So Netmarble needs to be a little bit better about explaining what these skills actually do before you actually test them and play with them. This should say 50% chance to reset cooldown of flying kick. That's what it should say. Or of S3. That's what it should say. But because it says cooldowns, I completely misread this or misunderstood this and thought that it meant all the cooldowns. So that's my bad. And that actually makes Kim a little bit worse than I originally thought. But still, he'll be a really decent PvP character. But again, like I said in the last video, only if properly played. Now let's jump back into Billy. So this bastard, I was really surprised. Honestly, guys, like, I tried using K, Karate, and Mai for the first team, and yeah, they could do it. They could do it. But Jesus, this is a maxed out K. Using an Athena set, right? Giving all that extra damage. I got 2 double attack stones on him. I got the PG rate stone, right? To really give him a lot of extra PG rate along with his core, along with his leadership. And even having his option card. And then on top of that, I had Mr. Karate, right? And I was using the Ein set. To be fair, if I'd used a different set, it would have been fine. Against Billy, you don't need to use this kind of set that actually decreases damage received. It's just, I get tired of moving my sets around. I was actually trying them out in the Immortal Nyx, so I just left the set on them. But really, you'd be better off with the Akane set in all reality. Or the Orochi set, the Fest set. And again, guys, maxed out capsules. You know, these 2 caps for Immortal Victor, and then this last stone was from a KOF pass. That's why it's a double attack. 2 maxed out characters, and then you have Maisie. We all know how strong Maisie is. This is the crazy thing about Mai on this team. She has the 45% PG rate. You know, we talked about the Imprint Stone getting 15% PG rate, and then 30% from her core. So she has 45% PG rate. But then with K's leadership, she actually has an extra 20%, which is 65% PG rate. Which means Mai pretty much does her ultimate skills over and over and over. She'll just go between her 3PG and her default over and over and over. Not to mention all the burn damage and all the damage she just does. Really insane character. But I wanted to highlight Athena. Because again, I just don't think Athena gets much love. And I could have ran the Athena set on her, but I just wanted to run the KS set because I already had the Athena set equipped on K, and I actually get tired of unequipping and equipping cards. But I made a video talking about that before, how I think we should have a preset button for any game mode where we could just hit a button and boom, the card set that we previously had would show up automatically on the character, which would be way better and save a lot of damn time. It'd be a massive quality of life change. But Athena, I mean, you just don't got to worry about this character. I mean, when she's playing on her own, I mean, because she's a defensive fighter, she has a lot of extra native stats. She has the decreased damage received by 75%, which is massive. Now, something I think that's kind of wacky for this character is she is an SS character, but she has no PG rate in her core, which I think is kind of effed up, right? I think that's kind of silly. This is an expensive character. Why doesn't she have PG rate in her core? Well, some people say, well, it'll make her too overpowered. Well, yeah, but I mean, so far, all the BS characters, which are only Rugal and Orochi, have 30% PG rate in their core. Mai has, SS Mai has 30% PG rate in her core. Why did Athena get the shaft? Why didn't she get the 30% PG rate in her core? I think that's kind of effed up. With the first stone, she will have 15% PG rate, and then with the leadership, she actually has 35% PG rate leadership. But actually, you'd want more PG rate. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I mean, you don't absolutely need it, but when it comes to like Immortal Dungeons, it's nice to have that 45% to 50% PG rate. That's when it really seems like your PG is building up at a pretty fast rate. And I thought it'd be fun just to take on old Billy here. So I have the KS set on Athena, I have a KS set on Nameless. Nameless is pretty much maxed out. And then Genjuro here was actually just 1 star. And he just has a Akane set on him, but he does have 30% PG rate in his core. I'm just using Genjuro for the hell of it. In all honesty, my Halloween Chris would be way better. He's at level 50. I could use Eileen. I could use Ignitz. There's a lot of other characters that I already have at level 50 that I could build up and put on here. But I wanted to play with Genjuro, just to throw him on here, just on the team, just for the hell of it. Because he's really fallen off the meta something fierce, especially since Championship isn't allowing gold border characters to play. So let's see how we do here. And let's see if we can actually get to clear with the first team. Now remember, my Genjuro is just 1 star, right? And Athena isn't completely maxed out. She's 3 star, and she does have max imprint stones. So we'll just start off with Athena. Now Billy here, this bastard, he's a real nightmare. I mean, if you don't have super armor, you're pretty much screwed, or hyper armor, because he's just going to throw you around like a little damn ragdoll, which sucks. See that fire, that flame there? It was just holding us up in the air, keeping us up in the air, which sucks, right? And you lose a lot of damage because of that. That's one of the reasons this Pecker is so hard, right? Because whenever he hits you and he throws out that flaming circle, he just freaking keeps you up in the air and you can't do anything about it, which sucks, right? It makes him super, super hard. Come on now, somebody do their damn PG. Genjuro should have done his PG, bastard. Oh my lord. Okay, come on now. Genjuro, do your PG. Do your PG, damn you. See, he didn't even get to use his PG because he got knocked up in the air. They had it ready for the longest time. By the way, defensive fighters are going to have a nice advantage against Oh Boy. You see the defense icon spinning around him. He's going to take a lot more damage from defensive fighters. And, you know, with that team, that first team that's super, you know, OP Nameless, fairly leveled up Athena, still couldn't even come close to getting it. Now, I've had better runs. I practiced this earlier, and I actually had better runs where I was able to do it. One thing that's nice about K, at least in this thing, is he doesn't seem to miss too much. I know he will, but it seems to be a lot better than the regular Immortal Dungeons, which really helps. And boom. So I had to use 2 freaking teams to do this. Now, to be fair, the red team here actually can solo it by themselves. But I wanted to throw Athena in there and just give her a little bit of love. But this thing was way harder than what I actually anticipated. And, you know, I would have used the Cherry Blossom characters. Unfortunately, my Cherry Blossom characters are not leveled up. So if we click here, click on this, and find my Cherry Blossom here. There we go. They're just not leveled up. Well, there we go. They're just not leveled up. They're, you know, I got 3 level 90s, 1 level 60. I have a memory for Billy, and that's it. And they would be good characters for this, especially Billy, because he actually has a nice little leadership that increases ultimate move damage by 50%. But then the power charge rate is what's really important, so you can do your ultimate skills more often. And really, Joe here, he actually might be all right as well. But the truth is, I think most people are just going to be using their regular characters. Shizuru here actually has a 3 PG that you can actually use for her, which is really nice. And she does have that PG is actually going to go up. I can't remember exactly how much, but you could actually use her. But the problem with these characters is none of them have any kind of super armor, which sucks, right? There's no super armor on this character. There's no super armor on this character. Nothing at all. And what that means is they're going to get knocked around and thrown up in the air left and right like crazy, which is a real bummer. So really, you'd want to use like your regular Fest characters to take down old Billy. Yeah, there's no super armor at all on any of these characters. And that's a big bummer, my friends. I mean, yeah, they're going to have the decreased damage received by 50% from Billy. They're going to get the extra 300% increase to attack. But they have no super armor. They're going to get knocked around, thrown up in the air. Let me know in the comments if you guys are actually using any of the Cherry Blossom characters. And also let me know what teams you have used for Billy. And if you think he's actually much harder than what he really should be. Personally, I think he's a lot harder than what he should be. I don't think he should be that difficult. I mean, these are just little events that we're using to get some extra resources. 300 rubies isn't a lot of rubies, and I don't think it should be that difficult just to get 300 rubies. So let me know how y'all feeling about Billy. Let me know what teams you're using. And I stream at Twitch at 9 a.m. GMT plus 7 times, Sunday through Thursday. Link will be in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.